The energy.
There it is.
Yes, live. Oh, what's the pause? Live from the bottom of Mary Dillon's extremely bitter grande skinny vanilla latte. It's your daily dose of idyllic biz nuggets.
They were idyllic last week.
Probably the only show known to humankind that can reference Mary Dillon and not even, just keeps going. Like people know who she is.
That's it.
Joined as always by esoteric Emma Lurking and maladapted Matt Muscardi. I'm a Blaze trailer. Today in our re-gifted bag of nuggets called December 13th, 2021, tornadoes, blackwashers, algorithms, and some wokish numbers.
Ooh, now that's foreshadowing. Let's start with tornadoes. Saturday, tornadoes ripped through 6 states. The headlines are grim and terrible. The early death toll is around 100 people. And businesses like Amazon have been a target with people asking why anyone was working while a tornado bore down on them. This is a headline from Business Insider yesterday. Quote, "It's inexcusable that Amazon asked staff to work during severe weather that collapsed a warehouse roof in Illinois," union says. Or this one from The Guardian. Quote, "Kentucky Candle Factory, questions arise over why staff worked during tornadoes." The candle factory actually has been an epicenter for death and destruction as the entire factory was basically wiped off the face of the planet, the third largest employer in the region. Here's the money quote from the Guardian article. Quote, "Scented candles made in the plant eventually found their way onto the shelves of prominent U.S. retailers like Bath and Body Works. Shifts were going around the clock to fulfill Christmas demand." Hot take alert. Emma, do we have a siren sound somewhere? Give me a siren. Woohoo!
That's a good toy siren. But I shouldn't be laughing. This tornado's happening.
Are you ready to smell what I'm cooking? Because all of these articles imply there's some deep state of evil corporations flogging their workforces that they pay with baked beans and Q-tips into working during a hellscape of weather that these same corporations brought on by sending 60-mile wild smoke signals into the air for the last 100 years. Climate change destroying us. But here's what we, the humble and victimized consumer and workers, get while monocled supervillains take home stock options. These are some of the top-selling Amazon items this hour.
I hope I didn't
Number
buy
one, a $40 VTech sit-to-stand learning walker with frustration-free packaging in blue. It's a plastic baby walking toy.
Oh.
How did babies walk before the walker taught them anyway? How did they do it? No, what they didn't.
Answer. They didn't.
They didn't. Number two, the hashtag follow me micro fleece men's pajama pants with pockets. Here I was using macro fleece without pockets. What have I been doing? How about this? $80 worth of Vital Proteins chocolate collagen powder supplement type 1 and 3 for skin, hair, nail, and joints. My shiny hair will protect me from the tornadoes at last.
Off rail here. We're completely off rail, Matt.
Number four, the Oster cordless electric wine bottle opener with foil cutter. I can't believe my current electric wine bottle opener didn't have a foil cutter already. And how about this? The Mayfield Consumer Products Candle Company, which is the name of the candle company that has been wiped, the factory was wiped off the planet. They make such things as Endless Weekend, a 3-wick candle scented with magnolia, mandarin, and coconut water. It smells like a chemical version of the time I had sex in Aruba. This
Endless
is like
Weekend. That's anti-corporate.
These are things that we all need. Look, here's my point. You don't get a headline in 2019 from the New York Times like this without being a dick. Quote, "Amazon pushes fast shipping but avoids responsibility for the human cost." Right? Amazon, you're a dick. We know that. That's fine. But here's the real reason Amazon warehouse and Mayfield consumer products factories were open during tornadoes. Us! We're buying collagen implants, electric cork bottle openers with foil cutters. Now, let that sink in that all these people were working during the Christmas rush because morons like us have decided it's important to get useless presents for everybody while I drink a collagen shake in my micro fleece pajamas and think about which hand soap really is the hand soap of the season. That's all I have to say.
Okay, that's plenty, Matt. Was there a sense that they knew the tornadoes were coming and kept the workers working? Like, I don't get that part of it.
There was an alarm apparently 20 minutes earlier, and they told them to shelter in
20
place.
minutes. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know what we expect here. Was Amazon supposed to send everyone home into the tornado? Were they supposed to sit in the warehouse and all die? Maybe they shouldn't have been working because we don't need rubber chickens that badly.
I've been telling people to spend less, Matt. I don't know why they're not listening. Harry, owner of private equity firm backed by Coors and other wealthy families, is accused of misusing funds. That's a shocker.
Oh, yeah.
The SEC is investigating a private equity firm, 1001 Voices Management, backed by several ultra-rich U.S. families after receiving complaints that its owner was using investor funds to cover personal expenses. The complaints accused CEO Hendrik Jordan of covering personal expenses with seed money for a new fund and charging investors for travel costs. So who is 1001 Voices?
Good question.
One thing is clear. The one voice must mean CEO Hendrik Jordan, right?
It's only
And why else
1,000
would you-
without him.
Yeah, why else would you add that? Why do you need to add that?
You need
I
that
don't
one
really-
extra.
Here's what their website says. This is great gobbledygook corporate speak here. This is even better than an endless weekend candle, Matt. Here's what it
I don't know,
says.
coconut water is pretty good.
Leveraging the three-dimensional capital of our investing families and time-tested principles of free enterprise, we are increasing prosperity in the African continent. Ooh.
Wow. Three-dimensional investing, is that length, depth, and height? Is that the...
Here's all I know. Website, lots of black faces. Lots of black faces.
Oh, well, okay.
They did it.
Is that the 1,000 voices?
But when you click on the who we are, what do you see? You see 8 wonderful white male faces.
Oh, that's the 1,000.
And the
voices.
only diversity here is that 5 of 8, this is true, 5 of 8 are showing their teeth. That's the only diversity I could find. I know, I'm actually dead serious.
What's that as a
And-
percentage?
And we-
70% showing teeth.
And when you scroll down a bit, you can see their office locations. This made me chuckle. This is my first office location pop-up ESG analysis. I'm very excited. I am now making fun of a company's corporate governance based on their office locations. So
It's fair game.
get ready. Here we go. In order. And again, this is a company full of black faces. They purport to be saving the African continent. Here's the
Three-dimensional black faces.
office locations. The first one is Greenwich Village, Colorado.
Ooh.
A suburb of Denver. Greenwood Village ranks number 31 for highest income places in the United States, and its population is 1.14% African American. That's Greenwood Village, Colorado. That's the first.
Okay,
location.
1.14%. Got it.
Number 2, Stellenbosch, a university town in South Africa, surrounded by vineyards and filled with some of South Africa's finest Dutch colonial architecture.
Pretty. Oh.
Number 3, Cape Town, South Africa. You know, South Africa. Say no more. Wink, wink. You get where I'm going here. And finally, Mauritius, an Indian Ocean island nation known for its beaches, lagoons, reefs, and its distance from the African mainland. An island that is technically part of Africa, but is as far from Africa as an island that is technically a part of Africa can be. I think it says that somewhere in the official language. So far, in fact, that 66% of its population are Indo-Mauritian, who are descendants of Indian laborers, so really not African at all. This is sort of like running for senator in Kentucky, but your campaign headquarters is in Hawaii. That's it. That's all I got.
That's the government. You don't get geospatial governance takes anywhere but here.
Yeah. Good luck finding this at Glass Lewis, my friend.
You know what other takes you can't get from anywhere else? You know what it
Algorithmic
is?
bias takes.
How'd you know?
Wow.
A group called the Data and Trust Alliance has started an anti-algorithmic bias initiative to prevent discrimination in automated hiring
right.
software.
All
Yay.
right. Yay. Good. That's good.
They have developed a new tool that will use a set of 55 questions to evaluate the bias of a company's AI hiring software. Massive companies like Walmart, Facebook, and Nike have committed to implementing these algorithmic bias safeguards, which sounds kind of great.
That's great.
Right?
Good news.
Safeguards, yeah.
Yeah. Good
Well,
for
that
you.
means it cannot possibly be real. So,
Oh.
and with no further ado, I say
Oh, the alert! Your
Double.
alert was
we
better
are
than
calling
mine. Yours is better
in
than
the
mine.
Debbie Downer squad to get to the bottom of this because I smell something. Something's
That's
up
a good-
here. I don't
that's a
like
good,
it.
Character for you, Debbie Downer.
You smell something
lurking.
three-dimensional.
Debbie Downer is already an SNL character. I hate to break it to you.
Oh.
We cannot steal that IP, but it was a
I
good
haven't
thought.
watched that since 1997, but that's okay.
Please hold while the Debbie Downer squad investigates. The Debbie Downer squad's investigation is now complete and was frankly very, very easy. It all came down to this. Who is the Data and Trust Alliance? With a singular and very delicate touch of the Google search button, our team discovered that the Data and Trust Alliance is made up of none other than the companies themselves.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, it's like the
Remember-
Apple trick. Yeah.
Remember how the likes of Nike, Facebook, and Walmart were so ethically impressive by committing to ending
I remember
algorithmic
that from
bias
like
in hiring?
6 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's pretty easy to commit to something when you get to set the criteria yourself. This group was started by former American Express CEO Ken Chenault and former IBM CEO Sam Palmisano, who then pulled in 21 corporations as business partners.
Nice.
In all fairness, business partners. In all fairness, the group has stated that it doesn't plan on influencing policy and that it will share its tools with anyone interested in improving their algorithms and data usage.
Plan on it.
That's all well and good, but an independent organization handling algorithmic bias audits would help me sleep better at night. No
Two
one screws with
questions.
my algorithms on my watch.
2 questions as a follow-up to this story to investigate. Number 1, how many people of color are actually involved in the Algorithmic Bias Data and Trust Alliance? And number 2, where are their office locations? The new governance metric that matters.
Greenwood, California. Greenwood Village, Colorado. I'll get it right eventually. And finally, here's the headline. Women hold most non-executive director board seats in UK for first time. This seems exciting to me. Women account for the majority of non-executive director positions across the UK's 150 largest listed companies for the first time, according to a study by executive headhunter Spencer Stewart. Is Spencer Stewart, is that a company just consisting of just Spencer Stewart, just one
I think
person?
so. I think that's the way that works, yes.
But the report also revealed that almost 9 in 10 executive directors are male, highlighting that men still dominate management roles. I didn't have time to put together a pithy good story here, so I'm just going to read out some numbers, and our fabulous pundits can give me their snap reactions. Here we go.
Ready?
51% of non-executive directors are now women. That sounds good, right?
It does.
But just 14% of executive directors are women, with no
Boo.
increase from the previous year.
Boo.
And the most important committee, the executive committee, only 24% of members are women. So you get where I'm going here.
Yeah,
Only
crap
15
land.
of 150 boards have achieved gender parity. I don't know how this is possible with 51% non-executive directors, but there
I
you
mean,
go.
literally, you have to try. You're doing advanced math. It's like
Yeah.
it requires a physics degree to get this to happen.
I'm realizing the rest of this story is just turned into a Debbie Downer report. Only 12 of 150
You just
CEOs are
realized that?
women. Only 22 CFOs are women. Only 14 chairs are women. Men hold all 4 positions of chair, senior independent director, CEO, and CFO in 64 of the top 150 companies.
What is
Nice.
senior independent director?
That's basically the England's way
lead,
of saying
right?
lead independent director.
It's just, yeah. It's
They actually call them SIDs. They abbreviate it, SID.
really?
SID.
That sounds like an STD.
This one's for you, Matt. 6 boards now have a dedicated ESG committee.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that has to be majority women.
Okay, well, here we go. Each was just set up in 2020, so these are brand spanking new, and all 6 of them are chaired by a woman. You got it right.
Of course they are.
Give it to the lady.
Because you give the ladies HR and huggy-feely ESG.
And similarly, 47% of boards have designated a non-executive director to be responsible for workforce engagement. 65% of those are women.
Yep,
And finally,
that
this
sounds right.
one's for you, Emma. No companies, none of the 150 biggest companies in the UK have chosen to appoint an employee as a board director. None.
Oh, how delightful.
Does that qualify as algorithmic bias?
It's something. It's something.
Did a
That's it.
software do it?
That was today's Biz Nuggets, your daily bag of Biz Nuggets. Three-dimensional bag today. That's Damian Rollis and Emma Lurking. I'm Matt Mascardi. We are Free Float Media. Go subscribe to our podcast. Next week, we're going to have a truncated set of shows, so you got to listen to everything this week. All of it this week.
And
listen
next
to
week.
it twice so that you get all the information. You can
And the week
keep it in
after.
your brain, and then you're ready for the new year with us. Go subscribe to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, all those places. Otherwise, we'll see you back here tomorrow.